Okay, so these are my thoughts on AEW championship belts. In the last commentary, me and Jimmy Whisper was going back and forth, and I mean, he was making a lot of great points. I can't deny, I don't think anyone could, that their belts are basically garbage belts and whatnot. You know, you check the last one that I did and read the comments. I don't think anyone could counter it. You know, I just don't think so. But I don't want this to be just, I'm going to just, crap on AEW. No. I want to explain why it's like this. AEW is a young company. They're young. And the titles that they have, even though they have changed hands a few times, they still haven't. They're young too. They're even younger than the company. You got to keep that in mind. They're very young titles. AEW backed themselves into a corner. They went with popularity. You know, that's what Tony Khan did. He went with popularity and, this is a wrestler, and I like this guy, and I like this way, and yada yada. So, yeah. As soon as Cody, the Young Bucks, Omega, Jericho found, just as some would call him a money mark, yeah, hey, look, we can start this promotion, and Kenny Omega could be like, you know how many people love me and follow me and worship me? And the Young Bucks like, yeah, we got a great following too. And Cody's like, I'm a former WWE superstar, and I'm a former NWA champion, and I've been seen on New Japan, and I'm the son of a legend and the brother of a legend. So, it's all good. And Jericho was super popular, super hated, and he's done his thing. But hey, if he can make more money, he's going to do it. So Khan got all this. Jericho was the last one, I think, to join in with this quote unquote top rank click thing. So Tony Khan does indie style booking from people that don't know wrestling. They might have heard some things, but they ignored it. They might have saw some things, but they looked the other way. They might have been taught some things, but they unlearned it. And I'm being straight up with you. The Bucks, Omega, they can't wrestle. They can't. They don't know how to carry a match. They don't know how to do anything. They just spot monkeys. They move 1,000 miles a minute. Kenny Omega turning blue in the lips. And the Young Bucks just do the same thing all the time. But the fans like moves. The fans aren't trained to enjoy professional wrestling. They're trained to see the moves and see the attacks and the beatings. And you can't just slam someone. No, you have to pick them up and slam them and damn near break the ring canvas doing it. It's move porn for the fans. And that's look, as a fan, you want to see high impact or certain acrobatics or something. But even the fans don't necessarily care, because you can listen and tell that they don't care. When somebody's going to do something, they go, whoa. They're leading the match. They're not even marking out. That's not even marking out. They just want to be a part of the match to an extent. So AEW, that's all they got. Wrestlers like that. They signed them. Tony Khan and just back to back. Every wrestler that was like that. So when they finally get a title, when they finally say, look, we're going to have titles and we're going to do this, you've got those that like and respect the honor of actual professional wrestling. And they see these titles on the people that are just indie-rific. Let me explain something about the indies. The indies aren't about training, learning, and all that. No, it's about putting on the best match. It's about putting on a 15 to 25 minute match. Your match has to be the best match. You got to go all out, get all your moves in, and that's it. You're not selling a move. You're going into the next move. Professional wrestling is a sport. It's an art. It's a craft. It is something that takes years to mold. When you're a professional wrestler, you have to pull the fans into you. You are gravity, and you have to attract other gravity. If all you can do is attract the same marks, whoa, ooh, asshole, you fucked up, you fucked up. If that's the only ones that you're going to attract, then you're not going to attract an actual audience. They are audience enough. They are your loyals that in time, when they see it, it goes away. In years' time, they're going to move on. And so your belt, because of this, will not gain prestige. There's nothing to pull the fan in. When you slam someone, are you happy? Are you upset? Or was it not enough? What is your character? What is your persona? Why should we hate you? Why should we cheer for you? Or neither. And why should we maybe say, I wouldn't get in the ring with that guy or girl? And then showcase that reasoning. Let me give you an example. Jane Cargill is a heel. And she's supposed to be that bitch show. And she's supposed to be hard-nosed, forward-paced, and that's it. But what do you see after she's won that title? During her matches, at some point, she's smiling. She's happy. She's not trying to get her character over. What is her character? I like the idea of Jade Cargill, but that's all I am fantasized with is the idea. I don't know who she is anymore. She's pissed. She's angry. She starts wrestling and she's badass and she's fighting and she's putting in forearms. She's making tiny little mistakes here and there. And then she's smiling and crossovering and happy. And then the opponent gets some offense. Jade gets angry, does a few things, finishes them off. Like, damn it, I can't believe you even tried this. And then she's either smiling and leaving the ring or angry and leaving the ring. Can't go on a roller coaster ride with a wrestler. And when you have wrestlers that are roller coaster rides or wrestlers that are just indie-rific, you lose gravity. What is the point of them getting into a title match with somebody that, even if they have popularity, they don't have charisma? Kenny Omega has a lot of popularity, but he does not do anything that make me say, I want to see his ass kicked. Not one time have I thought I want to see Kenny Omega get his ass whooped. Not once. It's more like, why is he here? That's when you're heel, when the heels don't garner anger and you don't want their asses whooped, that's a failed heel. If the baby faces act like heels, then your titles can't gain prestige because a title needs a defender. The title needs an opponent. Look at just bare minimum, because Sylvester Stallone appreciates professional wrestling on a high level, even defending wrestlers. Think he based his movies on that. He is a boxer in Rocky. What does he do? He fights. He's the baby face. He's the underdog. So you got to see him train. He's got to learn new things. And then he's got to fight somebody that's got the belt. And he goes in, not the fan favorite, because he's going to lose. But it's such an epic fight. The crowd, gravity. They're pulled into him. They cheer for him. It's not that they dislike Creed, but this guy's actually standing up to Creed, who's beating the hell out of everybody. Creed gonna win. It wasn't about race. It was about, wow, can this person actually lose? And then the diehard niche fans of Creed, when it was a draw, they were angry. They insulted him. Well, damn, we got to do this again, because I'm not going to sit here and be weak. I can't appear weak. We got to fight again. And Rocky's like, look, man, we damn near killed each other. We can't do this. And he's like, I don't care what it takes. Basically, to make it a verb, he got Minoru Suzuki. Suzuki goes after people and forces them to fight him. That's how it was when me and Cedar started watching New Japan again, those years ago. Gravity. When Apollo was done, who was next? That hungry person. That one you don't think about. The one that's been busting people's heads and fighting all this time. And you done took it easy because you're the champion, because, whatever. And then you fight this person because whatever, and they whoop your ass, take your stuff. And you got to wonder what happened. You got to get better. Gravity. People saw Rocky as a joke. He had to build himself back up. He had to go to his former enemy, now best friend, to get retrained and get the title back. And then once he got the title back, what happened after that? A Russian came in that has killed people in the ring, who was juiced up, and and killed Apollo, and then Rocky had to go after the Russian. Gravity. Now Rocky's the absolute babyface. He is. He gets cheered in the match in the Russians' home country. They're cheering him. Why? Because they know this Russian's been killing people. Rocky's fighting back and he's not dying. These are things that AEW could easily mimic in terms of the storyline of simplicity. Let's go on, not Jericho, but Adam Page. He beat Kenny Omega. Okay. It was a long match. Kenny lost. So Page is now the new champion. But how was Page built before that? No one saw him as a threat. Not one person. No one even thought he was going to win the belt. That's how low Page is. Now, take it back. When Adam Page was in New Japan, when Adam Page was in Ring of Honor, Adam Page was a threat. Adam Page was a wrestler. Adam Page wasn't doing silly, stupid, gimmicky stuff hanging around fools. Adam Page fought like a champion. Whether his matches were 3 minutes, 9 minutes, 29 minutes, Adam Page fought like a champion. He trained and he fought like crazy. He gets to AEW And what happens after Page when he gets to AEW? He doesn't do much. His matches are silly and goofy. He's not making any sense in the ring. He's got to work with the Young Bucks and others that just spot move monkeys all day long with no rhyme, no rhythm, no nothing. Kick out of everything, bury everybody's move, bury Adam Page's move. Hangman's moves don't mean anything anymore. When you can reverse, when you can back to belly power drop somebody and they kick out, something's wrong with that. Because in real life, if someone dropped me on my head, I'm pinned. You know, I could try to kick out. Would I even be lucid enough to try? Wrestling has to have a lot of realism in it. And the way the indie guys work, there's no realism in wrestling. It's just move after move. That's the problem. It's indie-rific. AEW can't gain title prestige when every match buries every move to the point where when someone wins, you're like, the match is finally over. And now AEW has some actual mainstream talent and nobody's really listening to them. When the ratings pop for them, it ain't just because they're popular, it's because they also know what they're doing. AEW isn't listening to them. They sign in whoever WWE releases, but don't use them well. Ring of Honor released a lot of people. Honestly, the Briscoes should have got there, won the titles. Jay Lethal should have got there and won some title instead of title match and lose and then get thrown on the dark and then come out for another title match and lose. AEW backed themselves into a corner. They don't know how to book. They don't know who should win and when. They know nothing. A title reign can last for a long time depending upon. Adam Page could have easily been turned around. He has a great thing with Bryan Danielson. You know, it goes to a draw. He has it again. It's 40-some minutes, but he wins. And then after that, it's just over like it never happened. There needs to be a rubber match, per se. Danielson could have been like, you got that win. You can't do it again because I know you now. I get it. And they could have done that, but they didn't. And if they did do that, and Danielson is, retraining Adam Page to be where he was like he was in New Japan, Page gets better, the matches are great, and then they want to do it again because let's say Danielson win, but it's a count out or something like that. They got to have the actual final match. It was a draw, one win, then the other win. Now you got to break that tie. This series could have lasted 6 months easy. But they throw everything that they can into one damn show. And then move on like nothing's happened. No title can gain prestige. No gravity can be shown. There's no attraction because the fans aren't going to remember it because the wrestlers don't have any true facial expressions. They don't look like they're trying to. The only expression they got is shocked. Oh my, you kicked out of that move. And anyone that watches professional wrestling and have watched the show, you know what they'd be honestly saying? Why are you shocked? They always kick out of that. Why are you shocked? They kick out of everything. Just get up and do something else, man. That's what they would do. Get up and do something else. I've watched these matches, and the only expression people got is shocked. Ruby Soho, a terrible shocked face. But it's like they kick out of that move every time. What are you stunned about? They kicked out what you should have done. Kick him in the head. Get up and do something. Don't get shocked. It's stupid. I mean, going for the pin after a big move is smart, but At this stage, after these years and so many matches, why? The Bucks, hit him with a Meltzer driver and pick him up because you know they're going to kick out. Hit some other double team move. They're going to pick him up. They're going to kick out. Don't worry about it. Don't just pick him up. Just keep doing your moves until you get to actual finish, which will be a small package. Out of every devastating move that you got, small package win. You know, you can't build prestige when it's indie-rific. And I know people get tired of me. You don't like the indies. No, I don't, because it's not professional wrestling. I've watched GCW. I get their fan base. I get the nicheness. And look, it's giving them money. And I get it. But 4-hour shows and every match is long-winded. It's, pretty much like this upload is long-winded. But yeah, you're not going to get any prestige over. And the Briscoes lose in 6 minutes when every other match is 10 to 30 minutes. But the Briscoes lose a title in 6. I mean, no one knows how to book. They don't know how to book. Briscoes should never lose those titles. Too Cold Scorpio and Ricky Morton had to job to Effie and some girl. Come on. And the match looked so phony as it was. Morton takes everything serious. So he was serious, but at the same time, he was also exposing the business. It's stuff like that's in AEW. You have to root out the indie and pull in the professionals. That's what you got to do. And you can't have, hey, I don't have an opponent. I need an opponent. Lance Archer come out. We're going to have a Texas death match. Why? What built up to this? What rivalry has happened? It's garbage wrestling. And Cedric and I know Lance Archer does not need garbage wrestling. He's amazing by himself without the gimmick matches. And before I go, if I want to do a program between Page and Archer, Archer looks like he should just beat the dog shit out of Page and move on with his life. So, how I would have done it, doing this off the top of my head too. So I might flub. So sorry if I do, but I'm gonna get up out of here after this. But when he wants an opponent, Archer could have come out. And he'd be, his promo that basically boils down to, I'll be your Huckleberry. And Paige is like, oh crap. All right, I will meet the challenge. So now Archer's smirking like, yep, I'm going to be world champion. This guy's nothing. Archer's style. It's a subtle style for openings. He come in as rambunctious, fighting, beating up people and stuff. It's a Suzuki Goon thing, and he loves it. He does it. So he says, I'm going to be your next opponent. So Paige has warm-up matches on Dark or on Dynamite. Primarily, he should have them on Rampage. Archer comes down and scouts him a few times. It's a little distracting. But there are no titles on the line. It's a little distracting, but Paige wins. And then Paige is having another match. Archer comes in. He gets involved in the match. Trips up Paige, make him lose. Paige is not happy with that. Paige wants revenge. And he's got to get it. Well, this ain't going to work like this. You want to sell this match to something good, so there's a tag match. That's where they're going to meet each other. And in the tag match, it's a hoopla, and Paige gets screwed over, and Archer causes him to lose to Archer's tag partner, but not Archer himself. And Archer could be easily, hey, see what I helped him do to you? I helped him. I'm not going to need help when I do that to you. So Paige is really upset. He's starting to feel a bit down because, damn it, he's got a point. So the program still goes on. Paige decides to interrupt one of Archer's matches. He distracts him. Archer is like, look, I'm gonna see you, but then I'm gonna like squish this fly over here. And he does. And then he goes after Paige. Paige fights because Paige, he's the champion. He can't run. By default, as champion, you cannot run if you're a babyface. You got to fight. People run out the back and they break it up. Another show begins next week. Archer's attacking Paige when Paige is coming out for his match against somebody. They got to break it up. Paige had his match. He's pissed. He wins quick. He tells Archer to get his ass in the ring. We got to settle this. Archer's like, yeah, we do. Archer comes to the ring and they're trying to break it up. And is TV time remaining? They fight. And then it's a DQ because they will not. It's not a DQ, it's a no contest because they just won't stop fighting. They're scrapping and rolling on the mat. It's not professional anymore. This is done. The match is thrown out. Then they got to break it up because they won't stop it. I don't think this is hard, people. Archer is angry. Paige is angry. Now it's time for the pay-per-view. Now we're at the pay-per-view status. They have a match. It's one-on-one. Paige fights underneath. Always making comebacks, getting shut down. Jake tries to help Archer. It backfires. Buckshot lariat, laid out. 1, 2, 3. Near the ropes where Archer get his foot on the ropes, but the ref didn't see it. Paige wins. Archer ain't happy. Archer talks about it. He needs a rematch because his foot was on the rope. The match should have not ended. So now they got to go forward with more. All this time, Paige is being built up. He looks serious. Gravity. He means what he says. He doesn't come out in goofy looking stuff. He fights. He fights back. He fights from underneath. He wins. Dubious, but he wins. They keep going with this thing. This whole thing could easily take 6 months for this 3 or 4 months. And then the next phase kicks in. You know, he defeats Archer. He finally defeats Archer. And then Keith Lee comes out. And he says, I'm coming for you, Paige, but I got to test my mettle first. I'm going to squish Sammy Guevara. I'm going to hold those titles as one. These titles will be with my glory. And you, I just need you to keep the belt clean and polished and write my name on it. Because it's going to be mine. It's just how it has to be. Paige is upset. He's nervous. Lee has matches. He works up to Guevara. He fights. He wins. He shuts down all the high-flying, silly stuff. He breaks them down, slams them, done. Match over in 5 minutes. He holds the belt. Proud of it. Crowd loves it. You know, Lee doesn't do any heel work. He just simply, I'm here. That'd be a neutral wrestler. He's charismatic. He's got his stuff going. He has some matches. Paige is having matches. Paige is worried about Lee, but there are other challenges along the way. He defends his belt just randomly every 30 days against somebody. You know, Paige has a 10, 15-minute match with one of their good contenders. None of their major stars. None of that. Lee gets a lot of matches. He has a lot of defenses. Archer goes after Lee. Lee in time beats Archer, showing that he is a threat. No silly, no goof. And then It's time. He says, I'm going to be a double champion for about a day. Because after I win that belt, I'm dropping these and they can have a tournament for it. These belts warm me up for something greater. And I will always respect and appreciate the TNT Championship. Keith Lee had it and he lost it because he went for better. And it shows that when you have that title, you can go for better. So you gain prestige for that belt. And also someone can say, y'all won a tournament for it, but y'all aren't champion until you beat Keith Lee. And Keith Lee becomes a measuring stick. Keith Lee is going for the world title. He's on to the bigger picture now. They do a program that's going to last until December maybe. The other title, the TNT title, is gaining prestige during the tournament because it's nothing goofy, nothing silly. Everyone's serious. This is how you build prestige, gravity. I don't think I'm saying anything too difficult. I don't think I'm saying anything wrong. But when you have serious versus spot monkey versus gimmick match versus odd gimmick personality. I ain't talking about Danhausen. I'm just talking about personalities that don't stay together. I'm mad today. I'm very jovial and happy the next. Hey, you want to go and get on the lawnmower and drive around? Hey, let's make up nicknames and pick on somebody. No, you got to be stable. Gravity. That's what I think. AEW needs prestige, and that's one way to get it out of numerous ways. So, you got any issues, any problems with anything I said, make sure you timestamp it. I should have said that at the beginning, but make sure you timestamp what I said if you disagree with something. Maybe I misspoke. Who knows? But AEW's backed themselves into a corner, and it ain't like they can't get out. They just simply got to shed the indie-rific, get the serious, and work with that. Learn from Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard. Listen to, take notes and stuff from Jim Cornette, from Ric Flair, from Dirty Dutch Mantell, from Dustin Rhodes or Dustin Runnels. Consult people like Rodney Mack, Jazz. They got a subtle working relationship with NWA. Use it to improve. There's too much wisdom, too much awesome to just say, I got money. I like to see my wrestlers play, and I'll just give the title to people randomly because it'll be fun. No, you got to get serious. These are people's lives. These are legacies. That's what they are. You're trying to build legacies. And if you're not trying to do that as a promoter, you don't need to be a promoter. You really don't. And not everyone's going to be top dog. There's just people that just wrestle. Yeah, everyone would like to be a champion. But in truth, do what you love. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. Make money. That's the primary goal. If you, Jimmy Whisper said that Keith Lee is just too big on himself, something thereof. You should be, but not to the point where you don't listen to people. MJF was the best heel in AEW for one reason. Because he listened to the greats. He watched and studied the greats. And he talked honest trash about all the indie-rific, closed ears idiots in the back. And the crowd hated it. Because the crowd didn't care for serious wrestling. They just wanted to see the moves and the odds because now even the crowd takes it serious. MJF, he took it serious. And he's been there longer than the others. And it'd be wrong for the others to come in and just take it. just take that spotlight from him. MJF stayed on top because he knows what to do, because he listens. And that's why MJF is one of my favorite wrestlers. And yes, I want to see him get his ass whooped. I really do. And that's how I know he's doing his job right. Because even though I know all this stuff is a work, I know it's more or less, you know, an exacerbated, you know, persona. It draws you in. It's gravity. And you get upset. You know? You get upset. That lets you know that they did their job right. I want y'all to do some homework. If you watch wrestling, I don't care if it's WWE, an indie promotion, AEW, old Ring of Honor, old NWA. Each match, ask yourself, did you believe someone was trying to win? Did you believe somebody was actually frustrated, or just showing that they have to be frustrated because of this? They kicked out. Ugh! Or they kicked out. What the? Let me get up and whoop my ass some more. Do that homework. I'm curious, you know. Do you want to be drawn in, or you just rather see the moves? You know, to each their own. And that's true. Everybody's got to make money somehow. You got to have a fan, and there's a fan for everything. Me, I like professional wrestling. That's what I like. So, y'all take care. Talk to you later.